It would be the most radical change to the murder laws for half a century. New proposals call for a US-style division between first and second-degree murder for England and Wales, fewer mandatory life sentences and a new category of homicide for offences like mercy killings. The Law Commission condemned the current legislation, which dates back to the 17th century, as archaic and a mess, and said a complete overhaul was long overdue. But victims' groups are worried that more killers will not get sentenced to life. Judy Aslett has this report.
Sarah Thornton was cleared of murdering her abusive husband 9 years ago. She had originally received a mandatory life sentence. Under these new proposals, that probably wouldn't have happened because she would have been charged with a lesser offence. This is how it would work. There'd be a charge of first-degree murder for serial killers or child murderers, and that would still carry a mandatory life sentence. Second-degree murder could be applied to those who did not clearly intend to kill or who were provoked. A discretionary life sentence would apply here. There would then be two lesser categories of manslaughter, which would include gross negligence leading to death, assisted suicide or causing death by dangerous driving. These would have a fixed term sentence.
Because there were, under our proposals, would be 3 tiers and not 2 tiers, it would be for the jury to decide which tier they come in. At the moment, where you've got 2 tiers only, a lot of quite important factual decisions are made by the judge as going to sentence, which under our proposals would be made by the jury in deciding which tier the offence fell into.
The Law Commission also argues that downgrading some charges would mean more convictions because juries could find defendants guilty of second-degree murder without the mandatory sentence of life imprisonment. It may also mean more defendants plead guilty.
I think what victims need, they need to know from the outset that the charge is accurate. And if the charge is accurate and the defendant believes that they are also being charged appropriately, there is a possibility that the defendant, and a hope indeed, that the defendant would actually plead guilty at the outset to killing their loved one. So that would help victims. It would prevent this drama being played out in the court, and there would be an acknowledgement from the defendant that a killing has taken place.
Today, the Home Office welcomed the report as the beginning of a wider consultation process. The Conservatives say the government's going soft.
It will be perceived by the public that we have downgraded the consequences of serious violence because we no longer see it as being the same or equivalent to deliberately taking somebody's life. I have to say I don't find that distinction a palatable one at all.
There's also concern whether cases like Andrew Ragg's mercy killing of his terminally ill son Jacob will also be made clearer. He walked free from court last week, while Jacob's mother said he should have been punished.
I am shocked by the sentence and the message it sends to others.
And the next day's popular press agreed. Lurid headlines describing Jacob's parents' lifestyle overshadowing the more serious issue of his death and the couple's bid for sympathy.
I think we should certainly listen to what the public are saying. The public want reassurance that their society can live peacefully and that people can walk the streets without fear and that serious crime is curbed and that those people who commit serious crime, and in particular murder, are dealt with appropriately.
The debate over any changes in the law will continue over the next year. Only then will they be presented to Parliament.